Couple minutes after 5 here on this Friday morning, and the 5 a.m. advisory on Tropical Depression 2 is now in. The National Hurricane Center classified this system at 5 p.m. yesterday, and it has not strengthened any since they did it. In fact, this is just barely a tropical system with winds of 35 miles an hour. Now, what you're looking at here is not the radar. It's what we call infrared satellite, and the different colors are showing you the temperatures of the cloud tops, which we can use to see how high those cloud tops are. And what I'm seeing on this map is that they're not high pretty much at all. If you're looking at an organized tropical system or a system getting its act together, you start mixing in reds and pinks and whites, and you're not getting that here on this system. And it's also the clouds dislocated from the actual center of the circulation. So here's the forecast cone from it today at about 2 p.m. Still a 35-mile-an-hour tropical depression. And the thing with this storm is now that it's not expected to become a tropical storm. The initial tracks from the National Hurricane Center had this strengthening into tropical storm status as it slid down to the south. But you can see over the course as we begin the weekend and on into Sunday, this thing could going to slide down into Cuba as a very weak tropical thing. And to be completely honest with you, anytime we get storms here in central Georgia, even if it's just those run-of-the-mill summertime storms, they're stronger than this 35 and 30 miles an hour, so it's not much to write home about. We check it out on Future View. You can see the actual rainfall with this in the Gulf of Mexico. There's not a ton of it. The only thing this system is going to do is bring a couple of showers to the western end of Cuba. You can see the cone fades away because the National Hurricane Center even fades the storm away after Sunday. So what you need to know is that we're not going to be looking at any real impacts anywhere in the Atlantic basin, whether it be Cuba or Florida. The only thing I think we could possibly see are some rip currents along the Florida coast. But this is technically the second system of the 2023 hurricane season. You might be thinking, well, what happened to Tropical Depression 1? Well, the National Hurricane Center reanalyzed the storm in January and did determine that it did reach tropical storm status. But because they didn't name it in real time, it does not get a name going forward. So the first name on the list is still going to be Arlene. Technically, we had Tropical Storm 1 in January, and that's why we're now on 2. So the first names of the year, Arlene, Brett, and Cindy. And then we've got a whole list to go through, including 4 new names that have been replaced since 2017. Official forecast for the season says 12 to 17 named storms, 5 to 9 hurricanes, 1 to 4 major hurricanes. An update from Colorado State University has something similar as we roll into this hurricane season. So here's the 7-day forecast here in central Georgia. Obviously, we're not going to be impacted at all from that tropical system, but if you are wondering more about hurricane season, head on over to 13WMAZ.com and check out the 2023 hurricane season guide.